This time, the chair will recognize Senator Ridley for a question or comment.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Where do we start? Let's start with the fact that that number one, we have before us Senate Bill 1, and you've indicated that there is a committee substitute, Mr. Chairman, that's come. So these are procedural questions. When you come with committee substitute 1, you will give us at least some period of time, more than the paper still being hot. We get 48 hours possibly.
You know what? As a matter of fact, Senator Ridley, thank you for the question. Fair question.
Yes.
I would say to that we could have distributed that committee sub today, but indeed it would have been hot.
Yes.
And
okay.
That wouldn't have been fair. And so, out of respect to all members on this committee and everybody in the audience, we're going to take a little time, wait for that committee sub to cool down, distribute it, and you will have more than adequate time to look at the committee sub before we reconvene to take a vote.
And that includes the actuarial analysis?
The actuarial analysis should be forthcoming. We're making every effort to get the actuarial analysis in a timely manner.
So, Mr. Chairman, you indicated that under the proposed substitute that you will change the freeze of the COLA from a 12-year period to what was the length? Is it still 12 or has it changed?
Until the fund is 90% funded.
Okay. All right. Mr. Chairman, the next question in regards to when we finally do have that substitute, will you give a 48-hour notice of a committee hearing for that committee substitute?
I will do what time allows.
Yes,
the
sir.
Process is the process up
Yes,
here.
sir. All right.
And you, Senator Ridley, more than most on this committee know that the process is the process.
Sir.
And we do have time constraints.
Yes, sir.
But I have intentionally deferred on presenting the committee sub today because it was too fresh. And I knew that you would take exception to that. So in deference to your position on committee subs, I'm making that concession, sir.
Thank you. And the last question for you, sir, is once there is a committee substitute number 1, and we finally do have a committee meeting on committee substitute 1, will you come forth with a committee substitute 2 where we cannot at all put a committee amendment forth? And instead, if you need to correct committee substitute 1, will you do it through a committee amendment instead of a committee substitute, Mr. Chairman?
Well, look, Senator Ridley, I'm not going to commit to how this might unfold, and this will unfold the way that the system allows for. There's going to be no devious attempt at this. We're going to be forthright and transparent in all of this.
Mr. Chairman, thank you.